Hey y'all, it's Hip at Crafty Hip, and welcome to day 37 of ICAD. If you've watched these videos before, you know what ICAD is, but if you're new to ICAD, basically it means index card a day, and you take an index card every day for the 61 days of June and July, and alter them. Just create every day. This challenge comes from Tammy Garcia, who you can find online as Daisy Yellow, or on Instagram, she's Gypsy999. She helps your creativity by offering up some weekly themes and daily prompts if you need them to get started on your cards or to give you that little extra boost of challenge. If you don't use if you don't need them, you don't have to use them. Really, just create. Now, my friend Nina Fickett also has a list of prompts that she's been giving out on her Instagram. And some days I'm using these sets of prompts and some days I'm not. Today, I'm going ahead and I'm using both of them. So the Daisy Yellow prompt from Tammy is gelato. And you can see I've pulled out some gelato sticks. These are some Faber-Castell, like water soluble, oily type pastel type things. They're crayons. They're really kind of lipsticky consistency crayons. And I pulled out a couple in colors that I thought would go well with Prussian blue because I found I had some of that in a Liquitex acrylic ink. So I like to start my cards to bulk them up a little bit because index cards are a little flimsy with some collage. And this year I've decided to use my scrap boxes. I have 2 boxes of scraps that I keep near my desk and they have been overflowing. So I'm going to try use those this year for ICAD and try to get rid of them and not get rid of them, but not have so many so that I can maybe create some more with some other pretty papers. All right, so I used my Oohoo glue stick to get that collage down, and then I sat there and thought for far longer than I probably needed to. And I'm taking this first gelato, which is a metallic one and ends up showing up the best. And then this other turquoise one I also do some doodling with. So that first one I scribbles across the page, and then that one I drew some lines. And now I'm grabbing my acrylic ink in Prussian blue and just making several drops. I'm going to take my sprayer and wet those real good and let that color just kind of move around on the page. I don't cover up everything on here. I do try to keep some white space in these because I found that they become way too heavy, and I know that I've put down all that collage. I don't want to cover it all up, not every time anyway. So I'm going to dry this. Excuse me, y'all. All right, so I've got that dry, and you can kind of see how some of the metallic scribbles have stayed there. I was hoping that in general the gelato would act as a resist, so since it's kind of that oil base, and it, like I said, the metallic did, but the other one didn't so much. But it's fine. And I decided to go ahead and throw down. This is some instant coffee that's in a little yogurt cup, and I reconstitute it when I need it because it just dries up. And so I splattered a little, and I'm edging the edges a little, just going around the edges because some of the papers didn't cover all of the edges. So that's all that was. And I'll dry this, and then I blotted it a little and decided I wanted something metallic on here. And I started to go for my gold, but instead I realized I had this Dr. P.H. Martin's acrylic ink, and it's a copper. It's a calligraphy color, it says on here, but anyway, I thought the copper would look really pretty with the blue, so I'm just doing a little mark making. A lot of times with the acrylic inks, I just splatter them or let them move around on the cards, but I really kind of wanted to do some mark making with it. So that's all I did. And then I don't even think I dried that. I decided to pull out one of my hand carved stamps and a Distress Oxide in Cracked Pistachio. I thought that might, with the copper there, for some reason I wanted like a patina color on there, and I thought this Cracked Pistachio would give that to me. And this hand carved stamp is just an X. You can't quite make it out looking at the card. I just needed the color. So I got that on there. And I decided to start working on my focal for this. So I reach into my scrap box, and I've got a piece of rusty fabric there. And this takes longer than it should. This almost doesn't feel like I've sped this video up. So I've got this piece of rusty fabric, and I'm going to cut it down just a little bit, tear it down to a size that is a little bit less than a quarter the size of the card, I suppose. And so I'm going to lay it there and think about it, and then I'll reach back in my scrap box and grab a piece of dictionary paper. And I chose that because I can see those upper two, the upper left and right corners. You can see dictionary paper there, so I thought that would help, bring some continuity through there. And also to add to the continuity, I stamped a few more of that X onto that. And I'm looking at it and I was thinking, y'all, I was going to bring in a pop of additional color with maybe some stitching with embroidery floss. But I decided that this video was getting plenty long enough. So I grabbed my Tim Holtz metallic stickers and found the Dreamer of Dreams word on there, which I thought was kind of nice. All those blues in there are very dreamy to me. And I'm just using my Oohoo glue stick to stick all this together. Now, I could have used something heavier, and y'all, I fiddle with this, trying to get it so it's not even, straight. I guess straight's the best way. I didn't want it to be cattywampus. So, I'll stick this down and pick it back up, and yeah, it's just trying not to make it cattywampus. And that's going to be it for this card, y'all. I do hope y'all like it. Oh, it's not it for the card. I decided I needed a little more of that copper in the middle toward the top. It just felt a little blank there. So I'm going to add a couple more marks there and then I'll be finished. All right. If you like this, please give me a thumbs up. Make sure to subscribe. If you have any questions at all, go ahead and ask away in the comments below. All right, y'all. Thank you so much for coming by and watching. I appreciate it. Bye.